carbon cycle is all around us.
Cars, plants, humans, animals, and chemicals all affect the carbon cycle.
There are four main parts of the carbon cycle.
Biological effects, human effects, geological effects, and chemical effects. Biological effects. CO2 is taken out by the producers, the plants, during photosynthesis and released by cellular respiration.
CO2 and H2O combined to make oxygen, which we breathe in and then breathe out CO2.
Okay, animal feces and dead organisms all combine into fossil fuels. Human effects. Geological effects.
The fossil fuels eventually are taken up by the oil rigs, and we burn them, and the burning also releases CO2 into the atmosphere. Wood is also burned when we need fires during the winter, which also releases CO2.
Frozen methane at the bottom of water releases CO2 into the air.
And also volcanic eruptions release CO2. Chemical effects. CO2 dissolves in rainwater and goes to the oceans and dissolves in the oceans and returns to the atmosphere. Decomposition, pressure, and heat turn organic matter into fossil fuels over millions of years. Now that we know all the parts of the carbon cycle, let's see how they connect. Sunlight shines on the trees, and through the process of photosynthesis, the animals get oxygen. When the animals breathe out, CO2 goes back up into the air and cycles around again. The fish die, and the bodies will release CO2 and soon turn into fossils in the ground. These fossils and decayed plants and other organisms will later be brought up by the oil rigs, which releases CO2. More CO2 is released by the ocean and the cars later when the fuel is used.